KAGINADO is here, a series that I've been looking forward to for quite some time now. It's a series airing in the fall 2021 anime season. It's a short series done by Leiden Films Kyoto Studio, but it's my thoughts on the first 2 episodes, so let's jump right into it. KAGINADO is a comedy centered around the characters of the key studio franchises. For those unaware, that's things like KAGINADO, Canon, Air TV, Little Busters, Planetarian, and yeah, that Rewrite show, I guess, Rewrite too. I'm gonna throw that in there. But think something like Isekai Quartet, where, yes, the first episode's kind of all over the place, but it seems like, at least with the second episode, they're all kind of being thrown into one single school. And so you're seeing a lot of these characters from these different franchises all kind of coming together and playing off the jokes that are kind of surrounding their characters themselves. So far, a lot of the comedy seems to be centered around kind of the feedback that people give about different characters. Whereas, like, the first episode, a lot of it was around the climaxes of each of these shows, but just playing a jokey spin off of it. Like, I mean, I swear I got super angry at this, by the way. Having the scene in Air TV where Mizuzu is running towards Haruko, and she's saying, you know, I'm going to make it to the goal, and she grabs onto her and says, goal, but no, she just needs to go to school. Or having Ayu from Canon telling Yuichi to, you know, forget about her, and he's like, it's only because you're going to get arrested because you keep stealing those fish things. And there's a police car behind her. Like I said, kind of going into each one of these kind of climax moments of each of these shows and then playing some sort of joke off of it, which was a lot of laughs for me. Like I said, even though I hurt some of the scenes because I know what they're from, but it was a lot of fun in that regard. And like I said, going into the second episode, I'm not sure if that's what's going to be the normal going forward, is the school setting, everybody together kind of thing. But in the second episode, it was mainly focused around kind of secondary characters, I guess you would call it secondary. I didn't really catch too much of what kind of parallels they had there. But like specifically, there's all these girls that are surrounding Rio, and she's talking about how, I guess, what people perceive her as. And like I said, this is like that aspect that I think that a lot of people, it's playing off of the fandom. And the idea that there's all these names that people give Ryu. Like, she's that, you know, the second girl. She's boring. She's kind of slutty. All these things that they call her because it seems like nobody really cares about this secondary character in the visual novel franchise. And yeah, all these girls are trying to console her, but they all have like these really cool quirks about them. Like, this girl has a gun. This one has, you know, has a magical abilities. And it's playing off of all the girls surrounding her being more interesting than she is. And then Sanohara comes in like Sanohara and claims that this whole thing is about being his harem, and he's going to make all the girls his harem, otherwise he's going to shave the dog. Yeah, it's very goofy in that regard. So which gets down to the nitty-gritty. What is this show? This show is, if you like the key franchises, the key visual novels, all these franchises that we've known and loved for a long time, Clannad, Canon, Air, Little Busters, and yes, Rewrite for some reason. It's a great series. I'm sure the Rewrite visual novel's great. I watched the anime adaptation, and I don't know any of these characters just based on that franchise, which I think is the sad part, because I think a lot of the enjoyment of this series is going to be around if you watch these series. Did you watch Air, Canon, Clannad, all these series? Otherwise, you're not going to get the jokes they're really throwing at you. And having that knowledge there, I got a lot of these jokes. There was one point which, obviously, the Rewrite characters, I'm not going to really know. So I hope they don't get too much into their characters because I don't know them. I got the joke of what they were doing at the very beginning, but beyond that, I'm probably not going to get it. But all these other characters, like, yeah, Ryu, she could tell the future. Oh, no, it's always wrong. Yeah, we always know that. That's the joke about her character. And I think if you know these franchises, you've watched these shows, you're going to get a lot of laughs out of this. And I've gotten a lot of laughs out of it so far. Like I said, the climax jokes were hilarious because, and again, even though they hurt, they were really funny because I knew these scenes and I know what they were going for with those particular scenes. So it has me really excited for what they can do going in the future. Just because based on these 2 short episodes I've watched already, I've gotten a ton of laughs out of it. So like I said, if you're a fan of the key series, you have to be watching this. You're probably already watching this. But if you're not yet and you have watched those series, definitely check it out. If you have not watched any of these key series, probably shouldn't. I don't know that you would get any laughs out of this show, honestly. I think if you watch maybe like 2 of these series, you probably will get plenty of laughs out of it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on KAGINADO. It's airing on like pretty much every platform, Crunchyroll, Funimation, High Dive, so it's easy to find. But I hope you guys enjoy this impressions. If you did, leave a like down below, comment, let me know what you thought of the series, or if you're going to check it out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video if you can. Support us on Patreon if you can. We definitely appreciate everybody that does. And there's a tip button in the description if you want to support us directly. And y'all take care.